I really don't want to change anything that Wilson and Blackett wrote or did the research, because I wanted to do it correct like Wilson and Blackett did. So I decided to just do a translation of some excerpts of their books, which could bring the basics of King Arthur to the German audience.
Right, hello everyone, welcome back to Britain's Hidden History. And I've got a real treat today. We've got all the way from Germany, we got Monika and we got David, because Monika has brought out this fantastic, as I knock my microphone over, because it's a big book, and it's a lot of it, and it's hardback, and it's full colour, and I'm very excited. So we're going to talk about the book. Monika's going to tell us all about it. So really looking forward to that. So my German is not so good, so we're going to try this in English. I'll just say, guten Tag, Monika, wie geht's? Alles gut?
Gut, ja, danke.
Excellent.
Und dir auch gut.
Excellent. David?
Fine, thank you very much.
David switched to English now. He speaks both languages. He's the translator middle. Keep us on the track.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right. Hey, Monika, why don't you tell us about... because you've been involved with Wilson and Blackett for a long time, and I always tell people you kept things going when no one else was for a good number of years, and I found you on Facebook. It got me, more involved as well. So, when did you first get interested? What started you off on this journey?
I think it was in 2012. When I basically started to put my interests in politics and in history, since a child, I always was very interested in history things, and especially the story of Arthur, King Arthur. I was always since a child interested in. I watched the usual films on television, the series with King Arthur. There were a lot, some series, and I started with politics. Then I came across, when I started with politics, I came across the different bloodlines, the monarchs in Germany, in England, but not yet in Wales. I came to that later with Wilson and Blackett. Then in about 2015, I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos. So one day I came across an interview with Alan Wilson and Baron Blackett. I think it was with an interview with Richard D. Hall from Rich Planet. And then I was so, how can I say, I thought, oh, what did he say? Alan Wilson, King Arthur was real, because from a child on until now, as an adult lady, I always thought, well, it might be just a myth, a legend, like anyone thinks about it. But then I heard Alan Wilson saying, no, he was a real king, and at last he was 5 kings. Then I thought, oh wow, I thought that's unreal. I want to know more about it. And then I started to watch more and more videos with Alan Wilson and Baron Blackett and Rich Planet, and it just how can I say, it took me, I was so David, wie kann man das sagen? Ich war hier hin und weg. Enthralled, I was thrilled. Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. And then I started to order some Wilson and Blackett books from Rich Planet.
Yeah, I think a lot of us started off with Richard, didn't we? That's the first things I saw was the video on there, the forensic historians, wasn't it?
Yes, yes, yes. And I completely read the book King Arthur of Glamorgan and Gwent from Wilson and Blackett. I think I have all the books, but I not yet have read the other books completely. And it's still today, I am so thrilled about the history. And then I started to do a research on the Welsh royal lineages. And yeah, I compared it with the Germanic Windsor and Hanoverian monarch lineage, and I thought there must be something wrong. This doesn't fit together, and so you know, I was in England, I think 3 times when I was 21, because I had a boyfriend in Kent, County Kent, in England. Yeah. His parents also came to my house to see to get to know my parents, my sister, my brother. And one day I decided to immigrate to England to my boyfriend, and his name was Ross too, by the way.
Really? Oh, you lived in England for a while. Okay.
Yes. And yeah, we lived in his house with his parents, his family, his 2 sisters. But somehow I started to miss my family, my friends, and Germany. And then I went back, and the relationship was broken. We were together 1.5 years or 2 years, I think. Yes. And the other 2 times I went on holidays to England, and at that time, I didn't even know about anything about Wales. I was 21, 25 or so. Now I'm 50. How old am I? 57 56 by the way.
Okay.
56. Okay.
Who's counting? Yeah.
Yes. And at that time, I know when I was still together with my ex-boyfriend, Ross, I asked him, well, we're here in England, but somehow I miss a little bit more the British culture, the lifestyle, the houses, the British stone houses. Where is it? Well, you have to travel to Wales. Okay, but he never showed me Wales. He never took me to Wales for a trip, you know, unfortunately. Yes. And then, okay, back to Wilson and Blackett. I started to write a letter to Alan Wilson. This was, I don't know, in 2016, 17 or so. I introduced myself to him, and I told him that I'm so thrilled about, I'm so happy about the true historical Arthur, and that Alan Wilson did such a brilliant research on this. Then I decided spontaneously to found a Facebook group in Facebook, and invited friends and people, and yeah, and so the discussion and the whole thing started. Yes, and
yeah, well done. Yeah, it kept it going. I tell you, it really did, because
but it's so weird. I since a child, I always knew there must be, maybe it's a myth or legend, but there must be a little bit of truth in it. And I was so over the top with my mind when I got to know Wilson and Blackett's research about King Arthur, and that he was in fact a real historical Welsh king. Yeah. Yes.
So when did you start on the book then? Well, that's a big project. I mean, this is a big book you've done here.
Yeah. I started with the book in 2019. In 2019, I think it was May, June or so. You know, I started to think, how will I write this book? It was the first time. Can I even manage it? Can I go through all the process of writing a book? how to do it and such things. And then I started to search for a self-publisher, and I found, I think it's a good one. It's called Tradition. It's in Hamburg, not far from David, where you live, or is it a little bit far apart?
Auf jeden Fall, definitely nearer to me than to you. Hamburg's 3 hours away from here.
Yeah, and I started to study all their customs, their wie sagt man, David, wenn man, also die
Nicht Inszenierung.
Inszenierung, instructions, how to manage to write a book, you know, because you have to use Word, or you have to use how to make a PDF, how to put it all in a shape, in the right shape, everything. And this alone took me half a year, 6 months at least.
Yeah, I know that. I know that feeling. That's my life at the moment. Word documents and PDFs. Yeah, it's hard work, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a lot to learn.
Yeah. Then I started to think, how will I write this book? What about I'm going to write? Then I thought, it makes no sense when I start to write just on my own, also on my own opinion, because I really don't want to change anything that Wilson and Blackett wrote or did the research, because I wanted to do it correct like Wilson and Blackett did. So I decided to just do a translation of some excerpts of their books, which could bring the basics of King Arthur to the German audience, to the German people.
I guess a great idea. Yes. And that's the book where we are now. Yes,
exactly.
Okay. So I can show us more about the book then. Like you're well prepared. You've got a presentation ready, haven't you?
Here we can see the book cover in itself. It's a 3D model. Yeah.
Picture.
So on the right, you see the front cover, and it says Arthur. You know, we all know that Alan Wilson said that it depends in which area, in which region in Wales you are. So the names are a bit different, the pronouncings. Maybe Arthvis or Arthur or Arthurvis, Arthruis or Arthmail, Arthfile. It depends in which region you are in Wales. So I choose to write Arthur, because I thought for Germans it's easier to read Arthur in this name, in this word, in this thought, in this kind of writing. Then ab Meurig is clear, son of Meurig. Dann der wahre, this means the true König Arthur, King Arthur, the Welsh flag. And the 2 wolves, I have the permission from it's a man from England. He does tattooing. And I asked him if I may use those 2 wolves. And he said, yeah, no problem. For my book. And then says, yes. And then and these 2 wolves, one wolf is the Norman wolf and the other is the Frankish wolf.
Oh, I see. So what's the Im Schatten? Im Schatten, what's that? Im
Schatten means in the shadow.
Ah, in the shadow, right.
Of the Normans and Franks.
Okay. Good. Yes. Yeah, alles klar. Yeah.
And you can here you can see, of course, David as my King Arthur model. He's doing it perfectly well, and a sword in his hands. And you know, I of course I must say I do build picture graphics I do on my own.
That's very good, because Yeah, because I recognise that's the St. Peter's Church, isn't it? It's the Kirche.
It's yeah, St. Peter's Church in the background. Yes. Yeah.
That's very good. Very good.
Yes. And the back cover is represents also St. Peter's Church in the background. It's a little bit unclear now. It's a blurry on this photo, but on the book it looks quite well, I think.
Yes, very clear here. Yes, yeah.
It shows my little marmor
pebble
stone.
Marble
stone.
Yeah, the pebble. Yes.
Stone. And it says Pro Anima Artorius 503 to 579. When I was in Wales with my family in 2019 in August, when I was in holidays, unfortunately we haven't met Ross.
No, first time today. Yeah.
Yeah. So
next time.
Yeah, hopefully. Then I laid my stone in one of those small windows in the church, in the wall. In one of the walls, it is. I think it was the wall which was on the same side as right from the altar, right? Yes. On the right side of the altar.
I remember it. I remember. Do you remember I showed pictures? I must find them because I went up there. Oh yes. Must have been a couple of months later. I didn't know about the stone, and it was still there. And I did show a little video clip where I said, oh, look, someone's left a really nice stone with the Arthur message on it. And I didn't know then that was you, but I remember seeing the stone up there. So it was there for quite a long time.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
I must admit, I also find it a brilliant idea of the person who laid this wooden cross, Artorius, Pro Anima Artorius cross now. Someone placed it near the church.
Posted in VHH.
It was one of our crowd put it up there, didn't they? Didn't you put it? You put something up there as well, David, didn't you? When we went there.
Yeah, a stone like Monika, but the one that Monika's referring to now, somebody posted it in VHH. Yes, a picture of it. It was a picture that had been modified a bit in some application, but you could see the wooden cross there very nicely.
Yes. Yeah, I think it might be Steve, I think.
Very lovely, very lovely.
Steve Paul.
Steve Paul did it.
I think it was, because I remember I was up there and he took something with him as a memorial. And some people leave flowers and things as well, don't they? I think it's very nice, I think.
Yeah, but when I was up there, I went with Warren. Warren came with us.
The musician, yes. Yeah, Warren's been in touch with me a few times. Yeah, he's very nice.
Okay, so he showed me everything and up there on St. Peter's Church, and what we found was in on the right side in front of the altar there was a hole and there was a small Blumenvase, Dave, a vase, flower vase.
Flower vase.
Yeah, but with no flowers, just a vase lying under the ground. Yeah.
Right.
Then you can see, I mean, yeah, a little text about the main story of the book, what it's all about. And then you can see a little crown and yeah, just a little symbolistic. Okay, that's me.
That's you. There you go.
I want to show people that this was the first book that I read from Alan Wilson, Baron Blackett. I wanted to show people that I worked with his books, so to speak. So a little biography of me and what I do, and then my thank you list. And you both are, of course, on it.
Thank
my
you.
Parents, sisters, and so. And then here I have, like promised to Baron Blackett and Alan Wilson, to show up the St. Patrick Identified book, and where you can buy it at kimroglyphics.com. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Yeah, it's all here. And also I included Monaturals. It's a brand from North Wales, from Anglesey, a guy called Yanto Jones. Yeah, Yanto.
Yes, yeah, it's really
Welsh name, Yanto.
Yes. Yeah, sorry. And I asked him if he want me to show up his stuff in my book, and he said yes, that's a great idea. So
there we are. He gets an extra free advert today.
Yeah. So let's go to the next file. I thought, bloody hell, what can I draw as a nice, you know, I wanted to do most of my work on my own, not copying from Google or from the internet or anything where.
Yes.
So I decided to draw it with my own hands, but in computer. I have a special program, so I drew this on my own.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes, and no copyright problems either then.
Yes.
Yeah, I most of the Wilson and Blackett books I work on now, I try and draw everything.
Yeah.
So no one can complain, can they?
Yes. So we go to the next file. Tori in Germany. And then I told that I am responsible, it says here, I am responsible for the content of the translations. Anyway, here says the copyright holders are Ellen Wilson, Baron Blackett. So the next file is the content. The first is Arthur and the Dark Age. I wanted to explain to the people that there was no Dark Age, like Ellen Wilson says. Yeah. And then the second is Minnie de Geyer, the St. Peter Great Chapel. Then the oldest church, probably the oldest church of Western Europe is St. Peter's Church. And then archaeological problems, the skeleton. Then Pro Anima Artorius, for the soul of Arthur. That's the chapter about Anthony, what was his name? The man who found the cross.
Oh, Williams.
Yeah.
Anthony Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next chapter is No Roman Britain. The next chapter is Geoffrey of Monmouth, Griffith ap Arthur. The next chapter is King Arthur I and Dragatius. Next chapter, Magnus Maximus, Maxim Ledig. Next chapter, Flavius Victor, Uther Pendragon. Then
sorry, that was my mistake. Then I was thinking of the ancient walls. It was actually Richard Melbourne. Is that the one who found
Melbourne?
The cross?
Yeah, Melbourne. Yeah, that's exact.
Yeah, I was thinking of Garndiffaith and that Anthony. He was Anthony.
Anthony Williams is someone else, but
he was the Garndiffaith walls he found. He was on Rich Planet as well.
Yeah,
sadly
and he
passed
found
away a couple of years ago.
The pyramid on the street. The pyramid on the street.
Yes, that's it. Yes, that's Anthony Williams. Yes.
Yes. So the next chapter is about the true King Arthur II, Arthur ab Meurig, Arthur the King, St. Dubricius crowned Arthur, St. David Arthur II in Caerleon. This is a chapter about St. David had meetings with Arthur II at Caerleon. It says not that Caerleon was Arthur II's Camelot it only says in this chapter that Arthur had meetings with St. David there. And then Arthur Tudoric Cadwallader in Llandaff Cathedral, you know, the window, the glass painted window in St. Llandaff Cathedral.
Yes.
And who he was, that Tudoric was his grandfather, and Cadwallader was a distant
ancestor,
ancestor, genau. And then the courts of King Arthur II, Camelot, the wie sagt man Entschlüsselung, David?
Decoding.
The decoding of Camelot, which was K.R. Mellin, was a place
Lodge
called
Hill. Yes.
Lodge Hill. Now
Lodge
we have
Hill.
it.
Yeah, okay, I'm there. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Lodge Hill. Posted a small picture of Lodge Hill in the book somewhere.
Yeah.
And then we have the two Tafelrunde, the two round table.
Round table.
Yes.
Then we have more.
Simon, what is the Entschlüsselung?
Entschlüsselung is like decoding, sort of directly translated, or it can also be the revelation,
right?
Or the
unwrapping,
the unraveling of something.
All right, I'm going to leave my German dictionary
translation is Entschlüsselung is decoding.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And the etymology behind it, Schlüssel is a key. So
I recognize key, Schlüssel,
yes. Keying of something.
Yes. Then we have Mordred the traitor. In this chapter, I introduced the Battle of Camlan. Then Inis Afalach Avalon. Then the three queens named Windfarm. Next chapter is about the Merlins, Merlin Emrys, Ambrosius Aurelianus. Then the Beschwörung der Druiden. David, was heißt Beschwörung?
Beschwörung.
Ellen named it different.
Dedication.
No.
No.
Incantation.
Incantation.
Oh, right. Okay.
The incantation of the Druids. Can it? I think it was in the book, The Arthur Conspiracy.
The Arthur Conspiracy, yeah.
Yeah.
On page 340. Hang on.
Yeah.
I got the book right here. I should know every page by now. Yeah, Incantation of the Druids. Yeah, Incantation.
See? Incantation of the Druids.
Yeah.
Then we have Arthur's return from Eria in Ad Finoi Taliesin. This is also a chapter in King Arthur Conspiracy book. Then we have Rexatorius Fili Mauritius. This is about the stone which Wilson and Blackett found. Yeah. And then we have
the burial place.
The burial ode from Taliesin to the Uther Dragon.
Like a funerary
funeral ode. The funeral. Yeah, thank you, David.
Funerary.
The funeral ode to the wonderful Pendragon. No, Ross. This is in book Artorius Rex discovered.
Oh, Artorius Rex discovered. Yeah. Okay, all right.
I think page 18 or so.
It's okay, Ross. We got it.
Yes.
It's a funerary cantation.
Yes. Then we have the final Bewertung, David.
Reckoning, value.
Yeah, the final
Bewertung.
Value. This is a chapter about what Wilson Blackett want to tell about the journey to America. But this is also another chapter somewhere, here in the end. And here is Maddox's journey to America. And this both...
In Zusammenhang mit die Wort davor, abschließender.
Wie sagt man Zusammenhang? In
connection.
In connection or in compare to Maddox's and Arthur's journey to America. Okay, the next chapter is about the astonishing parallel.
Yes.
The Urkunden,
the charters.
The charters of the Book of Landgraf, yes.
Yeah, Land of Charters, yeah.
Yeah, and then the kings of the heroic era. The Roman Caesars.
Roman Caesars, yeah. Emperors, yeah. This
is all in Artorius Rex discovered in the book. I'm sure you remember, Ross.
Yeah, I recognize these headings, yes.
Far too many kings.
Too many kings, that's right, yes.
Yes, the astonishing parallel.
Oh, this would be excellent practice for my German, because I know most of this just from the words I know, and I can fill in the gaps then and get my dictionary out. Excellent.
Yeah. And then the kings of the
apostolic era,
era, and then the kings who reigned the Romans.
Okay. Roma,
and then the kings who got independent.
Right.
And the last was almost the last chapter was about the decoding of Glastonbury and Cornwall, the decoding of it, and the decoding of the Glastonbury myth, then the folk tale of Arthur, then Gorlois or
Gunnar, yeah,
or Gwynner, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then we have other names like Sir Galahad.
Okay.
The next is the locations of the true Cornwalls and Camlan, because Cornwalls was also in Brittany. There was a Cornwalls, and also in I think in North Wales.
North Wales, yeah.
Yeah.
Because people think it means Cornwall, don't they? But it probably doesn't mean Cornwall,
exactly.
does it?
And
It just sounds like Cornwall.
Yes, in this chapter, I try to explain the mistaken of the word. And then we have the location of the Battle of Baden, the Battle of Sassy in Brittany, Soissons, yes. And then we have In the Shadow of the Normans and Franks. And in this chapter, I try to tell a little bit my personal view on the whole story, on the whole corruption, so to speak, or as you will, yes, far or less.
Yeah, I look forward to reading that part. Yeah.
The last chapter was, David, wie sagt man Schlusswort?
Like epilogue.
An epilogue
word.
By me, yeah. And Ross, I have to say it once again. I mentioned you and the Britain's Hidden History group.
Oh, thank you.
And Hieroglyphics online shop very often in my book, because I told German readers that if someone wants to control, so to speak, my translations, then I invite them to buy the original books in English and they get it from hieroglyphics.com.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, danke schön, danke schön.
Yeah, of course, because I think it's very important, because I don't want to take my book as a Vorteil, wie sagt man?
A substitute, yes.
As a substitute. It's Wilson and Blackett's research in the end, so I don't take.
Yes, I see it the same way with like my book. I make it clear where the work has come from and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let's continue. Einleitung. You see my stone a little bit better.
Yeah.
In the niche. So
some great pictures, I have to say. There's some excellent pictures in the book. I like the way it's produced. I think it's excellent.
Yeah, thank you. But it makes it also a little bit expensive, Ross, unfortunately, because I took red color for the lettering all the time, and all photos are colored as well, so it makes the book a little bit expensive, I'm afraid.
Yes. Yeah, it's always a difficult decision, because I know with the books I'm doing, the ones I'm reproducing for Wilson and Blackett, they're all black and white, because it's such a difference in cost, isn't it?
Yes.
Especially like this, you've done a big book with a hard cover and everything else.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful piece.
So I also produced a smaller soft cover.
Okay. I will show the website in a minute where you can get these from, yes.
And also readers can also buy it as a ebook. Ebook, yes.
Ebook.
But the ebook costs also about almost 20 euros, almost 19 euros.
Yeah, surprising, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive business producing books. It's even more difficult to try and make some money out of it. That's almost impossible, I think.
True, yes, almost impossible, yeah. So my, I think it's too long when I show you all the
yeah, people can buy the book, yeah.
Yeah.
There are some great pictures in here. I just So I quite like the last section where you've got these sort of dramatic Arthur in pictures section.
Yes.
You know, these ones.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I bought this little figure in a shop in Cardiff. No, in Caerleon. I bought it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's a very, very excellent artistic shot. Is that yourself?
That's myself, yes.
Yeah, very good.
I love to play with. I love to play with photos, you know.
Yeah, no, they're brilliant.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, then I show you.
Well, I really like the structure of the book. I think you cover just everything there. It's I can only imagine the amount of work that went into this. I mean, it's just 2 years it must have taken over your life.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I need ein next job. Wie sagt man Hauptreinigung? David, Hauptreinigung von der Wohnung.
You need to do a spring clean of your flat.
Yeah.
Oh, I never got that.
Ross, because the book took me so much time.
So is there anything else you want to say about the book itself?
Yeah.
I think we covered it pretty well.
What is very important to me that my method was to, in the beginning of each chapter, I wrote which book, for example, Artorius Rex discovered, then the page.
Yeah, all the references are
from
there.
Wilson and Blackett. And in this chapter, I also took some stuff by Alan Hessel, and I put his website here.
Yeah, we're trying to. Peter's been trying to archive all his stuff, so you can find most of it now on the Britain's Hidden History website. Which,
okay.
It's not really mine. It's just the website everyone can use.
Understand.
Somewhere to put everything.
Yes.
Because the problem is Alan's not. That stuff's going to disappear eventually, isn't it? If that suddenly goes, that website or something, that's it.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any printed versions of what Alan did or anything like that. So I'm glad you mentioned him.
Yeah.
He did a lot of important work.
Yeah.
So, but,
and I also told about the peace conference with Vortigern involved and the Saxon Hengist and how they massacred the British kings. And what did I else do? Oh, I did so many things on this book, Ross, I tell you.
I can see it's packed. I think it's a great idea. I think it's almost want to translate it back to English now and bring it out as another book.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can lend you if you want to.
You know, the way you've covered everything.
I can lend you the PDF or some pages of the PDF if you like. Then you can copy it and translate it in the Google Translator also. Once
that'd be good. Yeah, I'd like to do that. Yeah, I'd like to do some good for my German as well.
Yeah, but I tell you, it was not easy for me to translate it because once you think you have translated it well into German, then you go back to the book and read Alan's original text in English. Then you must think try to think how Alan sees the things.
Well, I have this problem all the time, even with the books are in English, because they do have a confusing way of writing sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's enough trouble. Well, at the moment, as you know, we're working on reprinting this one.
Yes.
And just working out all the grammar and straightening it all out. That's difficult without translating the language into German as well.
Yes.
And it's part of the charm. You don't want to lose that charm, do you? But you have to make it so that the book makes sense.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Yeah, I see, Ross, you understand what I mean, what I want you to say. This is exactly what you say, what I try to make it come across.
Wilson and Blackett. It also has to be able to
character, you know, Alan's character, or how can I say, Alan's way of thinking. Okay, I never met him, unfortunately.
Oh, well, next time you come over, I'll introduce you. Yes, you'd love to meet you.
Yeah, thank you. That would be nice. I hope Alan is then still in a good condition. I know that he is almost 90, isn't he?
He'll be 90 in a few months. Yes, hopefully we can organise a birthday party or something. End of June.
In the back of the book, I also have a small photo of my of the canvas we made in my King Arthur group.
Yes.
For Ellen and Barham.
Well, I can confirm that I was up there a couple of months ago and it was still on display. It's still
nice. That's great.
Pride of place in their office on the big desk, so it's still there. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this the one shown here, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing you did there. Really cheered them up.
You know, I mean, the last important thing which should also be told is maybe the chapter, this one here, Arthur's return from America, in Taliesin's book Ad Vi Neu, Taliesin. In book King Arthur Conspiracy, Grant Berkeley, Ellen Wilson Blackett, page 346. And this part was the most difficult part for me to translate, because I also put, by the way, I also put the original English texts up here in the book.
Yeah, it's difficult because
so people can compare it. You know, first the English original, for example, paragraph 1 brought back a virtue, excess, penance, to ask earnestly, and then I translated it into moment. Where is it? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got the page in the original book here. Yeah, that's right. You got it spot on. But that's almost impossible task. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It was so difficult.
Alan's tried to decode ancient Welsh.
I really tried my best on this one, on this chapter. I really tried my best. I hope that it comes almost close to what Ellen or what Taliesin wanted to describe.
Yeah, what he's trying to get across. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, that must be very difficult because it was Old Welsh.
Yeah.
Alan translated literally into English, which doesn't make perfect sense. Then you got to try and make it German. That does make sense. Good luck. I enjoy reading that.
Yeah. I hope I did a good job on this.
That's very difficult, isn't it? It's almost we could almost do with a Welsh to German dictionary. I don't know if anything exists like that. We could always try and look at what the original Welsh would be translated direct to German without the English in the middle. I wonder if that would make more sense.
There is a modern
That's very
one.
difficult. Pardon?
There is a modern one, Ross. There are modern Welsh to German, German-Welsh translations.
Yeah.
But nothing old.
And that's the problem. It's Old Welsh is the problem, isn't it? Yeah, it would be difficult even that way. Yeah, that's very brave to take that on, I tell you.
Yeah. You know, sometimes when some Welsh friend likes to chat with me in Facebook, then sometimes I meet people of whom I have the impression that they speak Old Welsh, some kind of Old Welsh.
Okay.
And when I put the Welsh sentence into a Google translator, then, oh my gosh, I don't even understand it in German. Or in English, not even.
I don't think Google does a very good job with Welsh anyway, I don't think.
No, that's right,
Because the syntax is so difficult, the word order.
That's correct, yeah.
And the mutations, the way that words change.
Yes.
Very difficult for computers, my experience.
Yeah.
That's one of the... Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, I've really enjoyed it. I'm so glad we've met as well at last. It's taken way too long. The wonders of science.
Yes.
And we can see each other on screen. Are there any other bits you want to show there?
Sometimes later, you know, I overworked the book many times, but not because of the texts themselves, but because of my grammar, understanding of grammar, because I also made some German grammar mistakes. So I had to overwork the book many times. And sometimes I forgot an important message, and then I had not enough space to put it in the same size of lettering. So I had, like here, to write it a little bit smaller in lettering.
That's what happened. Okay, I did notice that. Yeah.
That's why. It's not a footnote, this one. It's not a footnote. It's a normal text. Yes, that's right.
I can see your problem. Yeah, it's a good solution. It looks fine. Yeah.
Can you see me here? I'm standing here. Do you know where I stand here?
At the mouth of the Iweni River, I would think.
Yes, at Ogmore.
Excellent.
Yes. Near Ogmore Castle. This looks to send up to Minnetigaya. Is that correct?
Well, it's where Arthur's body was brought in up that River Iweni, wasn't he? I'm not. Quite sure which direction you're pointing.
Coedimustur must be over there somewhere on the other side of the river.
You're on the south bank, looking up. Yeah. Right, I'm with you. Yes.
Yeah. What do I? That's a funeral ode to the wonderful Pendragon. What do I have else? I hope that Ross, Ellen and Baron will not be annoyed that I put a few copies of their books like this one here.
So it's great. No, it's great you've done that. No, it's good.
Yeah, but I also...
Yeah, you've referenced it. No problem. Yeah.
I have reference here. Book Artorius Rex discovered, and book rights. Bildrechte means copyrights.
Copyright, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. No, it's fine. It's good to get that out there. You know?
Okay.
No, it's good to share the information. I think it's wonderful what you've done.
Okay. And what else have I done?
I really think Alan's going to get a real thrill to see his work in German. I think it'll... I'm really looking forward to showing him the book. I really am.
Yes.
Because he didn't get much recognition, you know, going back. And it's not much like to get a little bit of recognition, don't we? Yeah, I can see the list of the kings.
Yeah. This one is a bit blurry, but this one is, I don't know who made it. Maybe Richard D. Hall or Ellen Wilson.
I think it was a Richard D. Hall thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, this is also in Google, in the internet. Then we have those two I drew myself.
I was to say they're nicely drawn. I haven't seen those before. Yeah.
Yeah, because you find them in the internet, but due to copyright problems, I thought no.
Yeah,
I tried to draw them by myself. Also, I drew the Glastonbury entrance.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, watercolor you did. Yeah.
Yes. And what else did I? Here's Glastonbury. That
there it is. Yeah.
One I drew too. Yes.
Brilliant. I think that's great.
Just to tell the people that King Arthur was not involved here. That the monks under Henry the second, was it?
I think it was second, wasn't it?
Who ordered the monks to bury out the alleged bones of King Arthur.
Yeah, move them.
And his wife, but it was in fact Jestin ap Gorgan, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah, because they moved them from somewhere near Tintern, the bones, didn't they? So it could even be Tudrick they dug up, I think.
Yeah.
I think you know better than me on that one. I can't remember who.
Well, I think not even Ellen is very sure about that. Who they actually dug out at Glastonbury. But I tell the people here that it is not.
You mentioned Henry I in your book, yes, I think.
Yeah. Okay, and then it's Henry I. Okay. Yeah. And here, very important for German readers too, is the folk tale of Arthur. This is in book King Arthur of Glamorgan and Gwent, page 196 to 200. I try to explain, like in the original book, each chapter and what it means, the location of the legend, the young king, the sword in the stone.
Brilliant.
The round table, the true round table, keyboard, you know. Then Morgana, the magic, the magic.
The witch or the magician, yeah.
Then the Bürgerkrieg, the
Civil War.
The Civil War. It refers, I think, to Kamlan.
The Burger Wars.
Yeah. Then the Isle.
Burger is citizen.
In relation to the women in black. The women in dressed in black. Those were the nuns. Okay. When Wales was already in conflict with the Catholic Church or something like that. And then we have Arthur. Oh, this was a very interesting part too. I was very amused about this part. This is about Arthur and the folktale of the cave. It's about the popular legend that Arthur was not dead, but that he is still sleeping in his cave, and one day he will awake to help his people come back, to help his people when they are in their biggest need. Okay, and in this chapter, the location of Cornwallis and Camlan, it was also important to me to tell the German readers about the mistaken identification of the true Cornwall or Cornwallis.
Yes.
And
yeah, no.
The Cornwall Tourist Department to be very pleased with you, I'm sure.
Yeah. And then I have a little bit of the Battle of Baden. It's only a small chapter. It's here. I don't have a map. You know, David, I know you posted a map about the Battle of Baden once in one of Ross's live chats, shows.
Yeah, we did a Baden chat. Yes.
Yeah.
You can't put everything in. No, I mean, you think Wilson and Blackett's work covers about 10 books. Yeah. I mean, it's just impossible.
Yeah. I only put up what I think was the most important things Germans would be interested in, you know.
Yeah, give a flavour, haven't you? That's the
yes, a flavour.
Yes.
And if
good taste
I told in the book, if they want to read more into those stories, I invite them to sell the books, the original books from Cymro at Cymroglyphics.com. Yeah. So this the Battle of Sessi.
Just a quick question on that. Sorry, I mean, is Arthur well known then in Germany? I mean, I know you said you were interested when you were young. Are many people interested in Arthur, do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they only only know the legend. And
the films and stuff. Yeah.
But he's very famous, very popular. Mm-hmm. Very, very much.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then we have in the last, I drew this as well, but I copied this idea. I only copied the idea from another artist, but I drew it myself, and I did a little bit graphic design.
Yeah, I like it. Yes, so we got
after drawing it. I only do it with a pencil, with a simple pencil.
Very good.
Yeah.
So Magnus Maskin's about to get executed by Theodosius.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Very good.
Yes. Then what else can I say? We're almost at the end. This is my chapter in the shadow of the Normans and Franks. The black hole in the history.
That's the one I want to read most.
The unexplainable emptiness, so-called emptiness, or the black hole. And here I tried to explain some parts from book The Discovery of the Ark of Covenant from Wilson and Blackett.
Yeah, another area. Yeah.
About the problem of the Holy Blood, the Holy Grail, in relation to Mary Magdalene and the Cathars in France, and who Wilson and Blackett really think who they were. They say the Cathars were probably the Khazars who fled from the eastern parts of Europe, and that they adopted the Gnostic Christian belief. They adopted it. It's not made up by themselves, says Ellen.
Yeah, it's a difficult area, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that section. I'm definitely going to be reading that section.
Yeah. And then I tried to, and then also I found a part in Ellen's book, Discovery of the Ark of Covenant, about the Merovingian kings, and that they claim on the throne of the British kings too, in terms of the intermarriage by an allegedly Athildis, who the Franks claim was a daughter of King Coel Hen. But right. I never found in King Coel Hen's genealogy chart that he had a daughter named Athildis, because I mean Athildis sounds like a Germanic name, doesn't it?
Yes.
It sounds rather Germanic than British or English.
I don't know much about Cole, really.
Yeah, I know his son was Lucius, King Leiric, and Emerita, those two who went on a pilgrimage to Switzerland.
Yeah, you said something the other day on this subject, didn't you? Yes, I haven't had a chance to learn all that yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting. Because it's important.
There's no Athildis. No,
I do think it's important that we do this kind of thing and move the work on as well, as well as respecting what they've done and making sure people know it. We do have to progress as well, don't we? It's important.
Yes, but look, what I found was that Athildis was a real person, but she lived in Toxandrie, and Toxandrie is in today's Belgium.
Okay, here we go. Right, okay, yep.
Yes, I think Athildis was a Norman princess or Frankish princess, because she lived in Toxandrie, and Toxandrie was a location in today's Belgium.
Okay, interesting.
Go on. I don't know how this could happen, that the Franks, I call it kind of maybe DNA robbery or something like that. I don't know, maybe just on the paper writing, we are related to King Coel's, King Coel Hen or so. I think, the establishment, the monarchs from the leading monarchy, I'm pretty sure that they know what they did or what their ancestors did. Henry II, Edward, and I can't remember all those English.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. It's one of the strange things. We're trying to find these things out, and there's people there who probably know all of this. They just won't tell us.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the idea. I mean, I don't see any reason why there wouldn't be marriages and stuff between the different houses. But the problem is, you're saying that she's supposed to be Coel's daughter and someone else's daughter?
Yes, I found her father, but I can't remember right now.
Right.
I must do another research. Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. If you've got two different fathers, there is a problem then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right, does it?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's very difficult to figure these things out. So have you got anything you want to add there, David?
Sorry?
You okay? Anything you want to add?
Yep. No, I was just mainly here to help if there's anything like translating.
Thank you very much. Yes.
David helps me so much in historical research, also in all kinds of stuff, So David is a very important friend.
Good.
To all of us.
Not just a pretty face.
Yes.
So how do we get hold of this book then? What's the best way to get the book? Monika?
I mean, it would be a little bit difficult for English readers, but if people would like to buy it, then you can buy it at Amazon, or there are a few smaller book shops, online shops where they can buy it. Just type in Google search bar, type Arthur ab Meurig, der wahre König Arthur, and then it appears automatically where you can.
All right, you can send me some links as well, and I'll put them in the description down below. Yes.
I can do so.
Because you never know who watches these. Could be, and especially as it's available as an ebook.
Yes.
There could be people anywhere in the world who'd be interested in having a look at that.
Yeah, the ebook you can purchase at Google Play.
Google Play.
Google Play.
Oh, Google Play.
Yes.
Yeah, some words span every language, don't they? Like Google and Zoom and things like this. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful! I think it's an amazing achievement. I really do. I think it's to do all this in a different language and to cover so much ground, so many areas, and all the pictures and the artwork, and yes. well done. Yeah, congratulations! Yes. Like, it's brilliant.
Yeah, during translation, it was also to me a huge experience. In eintauchen. David, was heißt tauchen?
To delve into.
To dive into Ellen's work, which I find is very deep, has a very depth.
A lot of depth to it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I find that some of the people say, "Oh, it's such hard work," what I'm doing, relaying out the books and everything, and it is. But you really get to look at every word, don't you? And you really have to think about it. And then I can say every time I pick their books up, whether it's this one, the Arturius Rex, or any of the books, I always learn something new every time. I must have read this 20, 30 times, and there's still things in there which I missed last time or need to look at again or something.
And at this point, Ross, I also want to give you a big compliment, because you really choose very interesting subjects in your live shows.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Lots of them available, aren't there?
Yeah,
all right, brilliant.
Great.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, on that happy notes, I can. I was going to say tschüssli, but how do you say tschüss or goodbye in Swab?
Tschüss. Tschüss, ja. Ja, wir sagen tschüss or ciao, like
ciao.
The Swiss. Ciao.
I want to learn some Swabian German now. You say I want to learn some Swab. How do you say in your local German?
In local German, we say ade.
There we are. I knew there'd be a different word. Ade.
A-D-E. Ade.
Ade. Like adieu.
That sounds very much like adieu.
Yeah, like the French, doesn't it?
Adieu of Französisch.
Adieu. Ade.
Ade.
Yeah, because the Alemans have also a connection with Alsace, the region of Alsace.
Alsace,
yes.
It's in direction of Freiburg, Offenburg, Elsass. Strasbourg. Yeah.
I had well,
forest.
That's how I knew about Switzerland, because I was very close to the family, and the old man there, Petremont, his surname was, and he said how you've got to be careful about nationality, because he was from Alsace. So I think when he was born, it was French. Then it became German. Then World War I, it became German. Then afterwards, it was French again. Then it was independent for a while. Then it became German again. And finally, he moved to Switzerland. So, which is only just across the border. So he used about 6 or 7 nationalities without ever going more than a few miles. It was
Yeah, I also have relatives in Switzerland. Well, two aunts. No, one aunt is already passed away. Also, there is still one aunt in Schaffhausen, near Lake of Constance. But
yeah, I know Schaffhausen. Yeah. Wow.
From my father's side.
Yes.
My father was a very dark-haired. He had also, like David, curls, locks, and he had dark brown eyes. And his temperament was very Italian, some kind of Italian.
All these romances. We should have a chat as well. I'll show you I'll send you the pages about the Romansh stuff, and then I
will have a look at it. I saw it. Yes.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Excellent. There we are. So it's always ongoing, this, isn't it? Yes. So thank you very much, and thank you very much to the book and the other.
It was my pleasure, and thank you very much too, Ross.
And for signing it. Thank you. Thank you, Shane.
Yeah.
All right. Till the next time, and I always say, oh, come on. How do I say Hedduch in German? Does that translate to peace?
Hedduch.
Not really.
Oder? Ja.
Das ist Frieden eigentlich, Peace, oder Ruhe. Ruhe in die ewige Ruhe, zum Beispiel, wenn man gestorben ist. Aber wie Hedduch auf Walisisch ist einfach die Frieden, Zufriedenheit, ohne Angst zu sein, ohne Konflikt und sowas.
Ja.
So, das wird eher sowas wie Frieden sein.
Ja, aber in German, we could say, mach's gut. Auch in Schweizerdeutsch, mach's gut.
Mach du es, ja, tschüssli.
Das klingt
do it better.
Mach's gut, do it well. Do it well.
Yeah.
Not quite as catchy as Hedduch.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Bye.
You both.